In the heart of the bustling city, beneath the dim glow of flickering streetlights, there lived a young man with a secret. His name was John, but he didn't remember that. His memory had been wiped clean, leaving only a void where his past should have been. Each morning, John awoke with a sense of unease. He didn't know where he was, how he got there, or even who he used to be. His tiny apartment, a cramped and shadowy place, was the only world he knew. The city outside seemed to breathe with a life of its own, a life he didn't belong to. John's days were a blur of confusion. He would leave his apartment and wander through the labyrinthine streets, never certain of his purpose. Strangers passed him by, their faces blank and indifferent, mirroring the emptiness in his own mind. He watched people, studied them, trying to decipher some hidden meaning behind their actions. At night, the city changed. It became a dark, foreboding place. The once familiar streets took on a sinister tone, as if they harbored secrets that threatened to consume him. Shadows danced and whispered, and John began to feel as if he was being watched. But by whom or what, he couldn't fathom. In the depths of his insomnia, John discovered an old, decrepit library hidden away in a forgotten corner of the city. It was a maze of dusty shelves and tattered books, each one a forgotten tale of horror and despair. John spent hours poring over the pages, searching for a clue to his past. One evening, while reading a particularly ancient tome, a shiver ran down his spine. The story seemed eerily familiar, like a dream half remembered. It told of a man who had made a terrible bargain with a malevolent entity, a bargain that had cost him his memory and left him forever adrift in the city's gloomy labyrinth. The realization struck John like a bolt of lightning. Was this his story? Had he too made a pact with some sinister force, one that had erased his past and condemned him to an existence of endless confusion and fear? As the days turned into weeks, John's desperation grew. He couldn't escape the city, and he couldn't escape his own mind. The more he delved into the forgotten books, the more he uncovered fragments of his lost memories. Haunting images and fleeting emotions surfaced like ghosts from the depths of his subconscious. One fateful night, as he walked the streets, he came face to face with a shadowy figure. The figure whispered cryptic words, like an incantation, and John felt a surge of recognition. This was the entity he had bargained with, the one who had stolen his past. In that chilling moment, John realized the true horror of his situation. The memories he had lost were not just his own, but they were also the price he had paid for a sinister deal. Now, he was trapped in the city, forever haunted by his past and pursued by the malevolent force that held his life in its twisted grasp. As the city's malevolent secrets closed in around him, John's memories continued to resurface, revealing a nightmarish truth that would haunt him for the rest of his days. He was a man without a past, trapped in a city without mercy, and his own darkness was the price he would forever pay.